Welcome in, everybody, to TB Sports 27. Glad to have you guys here and glad to be back with you with some MLB The Show in our Arizona Diamondbacks franchise. It's been a little while, but we're going to jump back into it. We had a crazy high-scoring game with the Giants last time we played. And the reason we're picking baseball a little bit more of a relaxed sport, and we just got home from a vacation. We just spent a week in San Antonio, in Houston, in Galveston, Texas. Some photos up on our Twitter page. You guys can check that out. But with baseball, it's a chance to relax, play a bit of a relaxing sport, and kind of talk about the trip a little bit. We're also doing some little things different. We'll see how well that did the day advance. Yes. Okay. We are now streaming on OBS. We're going to try to stream on OBS full time. We previously had been streaming exclusively on our PS4 and just using their streaming mode. I'm going to try to use OBS. I usually don't have too much success with OBS. It's always very hit or miss. We have Alpha Sapphire here. Welcome, my friend. So hopefully, Alpha, while you're here, you can be the one to let us know how the streaming is going as I'm going to monitor it as best I can. But like I said, we're going to try OBS. We're going to do it as a little test. If it works, great. If it doesn't, we'll try to regroup. I did a whole system refresh, reboot on my computer, so hopefully it'll come out good. And yeah, as you guys can see at the bottom of the screen, we're going to add some new perks to our Patreon tiers, and that was part of wanting to go to OBS full-time, so you can see our Ultra fans and our Mega fans are going to get on-screen recognition and thank you. So if you want to check that out, sign up at that level on Patreon. We're going to, throughout the couple days and weeks here, we're going to be updating those little tiers and adding some of those different perks and everything in. So do check that out. But yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going. So as we add those perks on, we'll update you here. But you can see at the bottom of the screen, that's kind of what we're going for. And that's, again, our way to give a little bit of extra thank you to our Patreon members. So we got done playing the Giants. We had a day off, and we got a series coming up against the Cardinals, who have 40 wins. So I think that is a pretty good game. We'll do a full game here, and then we will do a couple of player lot games, as we tend to do. And let's see where the Cardinals are sitting as far as it relates to not the wild card. So they're 40 wins. That makes them the best team in the National League. That's pretty good. So I think that's a good way to kind of see where we're all. I wish you could just see the whole division, the whole league, but you can't. But that's a good test to see where we are as a team, as we are sitting in first place, actually tied with first place with the Padres. The Giants, I mean, everybody's right there. There's nobody that's really jumping out ahead of, and we got a couple things in the comments, and as we maybe do more OBS stuff, maybe we can get it working where the comments actually pop up on screen. I just got the basics going right now, but that's something that, like I said, we can certainly look into and work into doing. So we got our good buddy Alpha Sapphire, who is dropping some comments down below, and like I said, maybe that's something we'll add as an on-screen element coming up here. Trevor Bauer, who's had quite the time pitching over in Japan. It's been quite the up and down road for him. Alpha Sapphire says, I'm doing a universe mode with the classic SmackDown Raw pay-per-view stages and the modern logo. That's pretty cool. I don't know which WrestleMania I can modernize. Ooh, go with the classics, right? Well, I don't know if you're going with the classic Raw and SmackDown. Maybe do like that era. Maybe do WrestleMania 14, 15, 16. Somewhere thereabouts, right? That'd be pretty cool. So here we are, MLB The Show, Busch Stadium, and before we get things underway, we'll throw a couple little plugs at you. We want to encourage you guys, if you're watching along with us live on Twitch, we stream all these things early here on Twitch, so be a part of the action. Twitch.tv/TBSports27. You're watching the on-demand on YouTube. We cut up our Twitch streams and we upload them as VOD over at YouTube. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and again, patreon.com/TBSports27. Help show your support for the channel. We got a couple different levels. We got a little bonus content, and we're going to throw some bonus content of MLB The Show your way as well. But if you want some on-screen recognition, there you see scrolling at the bottom of your screen big thank you to all of our Patreon members, and a big thank you again, Alpha Sapphire, joining us in the chat. Says he's got the 2002-2006 arenas up. Those are pretty cool, and that was like the last era, right? That was that last era before they started kind of going to the HD set, and they got rid of kind of unique sets. So we got Miles Mikolas going up against Kyle Schwarber here in this show battle. And let's, like I said, we just got back from a little vacation, so we were off, or we were still uploading content on YouTube, which was good because we're way ahead of schedule. But yeah, it was a good time. We went. I didn't get to go to a game because it was right in the middle of the All-Star break, right? But as Kyle Schwarber strikes out there, I got to drive by and I got to see Minute Maid Park. And I was like, there's where the champion Astros play. And I got to drive past the Cougars Stadium, the University of Houston, and University of San Antonio as well. Got to drive past both of those. Went to the Alamo, did all kinds of cool stuff. So we dropped some pictures over on our Twitter page, so do check that out. Twitter.com/TBSports27. And any other comments or questions you have. I did, of course, the classic, the boat ride, the canal ride in San Antonio. A lot of driving to be done on this trip. So we did San Antonio. We went to Galveston, Texas, which, for someone such as myself that's from Florida, was going on vacation, seeing the beach, which I pretty much always get to see. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see another, if you guys have never seen Galveston, Texas. I mean, it's just house down just a big stretch of beach. It was one of the more unique things I've seen in my time. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool experience there. We got Alpha Sapphire again in the chat. Ooh, bad take by Mustakis as I'm looking down at the chat. I decided on WrestleMania 23. My favorite design out of them all. What was 23? 23 was the Detroit WrestleMania. Yeah, they had the big stage. Getting ready to come back to Detroit in not too long for SummerSlam. Of course, if you're watching live on Twitch, as we're streaming on Twitch, SummerSlam's still a couple of weeks away. By the time this episode comes out on YouTube, SummerSlam's already going to have come and gone. So we always encourage you guys, as we threw up the links at the beginning of the stream here. If you guys want to join us live, you get the full stream live on Twitch, and then we upload on demand later on YouTube. And this game is going to be broken up probably into 2 30-minute parts, and then we'll do a third episode of just some player lock stuff. Oh my goodness, that was a pretty good pitching situation there where some of our best batters just struck out terribly. We're going to do a little extra for our Patreon members as well, a little extra player lock after this. So probably about 2 hours or so of gameplay here today, which will amount to about 3 episodes over on YouTube, as well as our Patreon extra episode. So Trevor Bauer coming up. We signed him as our big ace. So we are, as you can see, we're still playing MLB 20 The Show. And Trevor Bauer is our starting pitcher, and we picked him up to try to be our ace. And obviously you see what's happened to Trevor Bauer in real life. He is no longer in the U.S. He has gone over to Japan, and he has had quite the situation, it seems like, with his teammates in Japan, if you guys have been following along with all that. And Trevor Bauer, of course, you saw the record, has not quite come in as our ace player that we were expecting him to. We'd like to get that win-loss record maybe up a little bit. Now, this is the first... I haven't played Diamondbacks baseball in quite some time. So you're seeing coming out, I'm throwing 3 balls right off the bat, trying to get my wits about me here. There we go. There's a good one. And we got Anthony Lincoln looking there. Did you guys watch? So as we're streaming, we are streaming. Oh my goodness. And oh, I hate when that happens. I think I'm controlling the second baseman, and then the game will switch to another player, and then it makes me run backwards. We have Alpha Sapphire saying, I'm gonna hate tomorrow. I got sports day and I had to sign up for Javelin. You're not a big Javelin guy, Alpha Sapphire? What's wrong with the old Javelin? You gotta have quite the upper body strength, right, to be able to do that. Jose Martinez up next here for the 40-win St. Louis Cardinals. This is our third season with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We've gotten most of them streamed here. God, you see this? I think my controller might be jacked up. Oh my God. I think my left joystick might be messed up. Do I gotta buy a new controller? Look at this. I'm not moving. I am not moving the joystick, and that's what's happening. Oh my God. So this is gonna make pitching really hard for me. Bottom of the screen, patreon.com/tvsports27. Help me buy a new controller. Looks like I'm going to have to buy... Well, I still have I have my second PS4 controller that I use for the RXFL, so I do suppose that could be used as well. Let me do a quick little check here. All right, let me drop the audio on the game just a little bit. I cannot. Yeah, that's the game audio. I'm gonna drop the game audio down just slightly there, and there we go. So hopefully that'll be a little better for you guys. So Bauer gets one out, and there's a grounder. Oh, did he? No, are you kidding me? Okay, so we're struggling. We are struggling right now. Lift up the thumbstick and blow into the gap around the cover. It fixes it. Okay, let's see here. So, like, actually lift it or just, like, kind of pop it up a little bit? All right. I've popped it up. You've heard me blow into it. We're going to see how that... No, I don't think I did it right. Well, it's a little better. So we got to watch Anthony Lincoln. He's a stolen base machine. And maybe this could be a National League, an NLCS preview here. Could be nice. Nice thought. Man, there was no hope for that one was going to drop, and you can tell we're trying to shake off the rust a little bit. There's your first run of the game for the St. Louis Cardinals. Oh, move it around. Alpha Sapphire says move it around. Okay. Moving the joystick. That's some sound advice. Let's see. Salvador Perez coming up here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Alpha Sapphire, you just saved me like 50 bucks. I think it's doing what it's supposed to now. Thank you, my friend.
That's the ball. 1-0.
Seems like it got the trick done. So... Well, it's still, I don't know. I can't remember if it's supposed to go crazy because that's how MLB The Show is, where they want to make it hard, or if that's my controller. Yeah, I think that part was my controller. So, well, we'll keep powering through here. There's a nice grounder to fair territory. What do you guys think of the? Of course, again, this is for those of you watching live on Twitch more so than on YouTube. But we had last week the Home Run Derby, and there were some opposing thoughts on it. It was quite chaotic. I mean, it was a lot of pitching, a lot of hitting to go about. And there's going to be another run that comes in for St. Louis. It doesn't fix it permanently, but it'll fix it for the end of the year, possibly a couple months after. Okay. Well, maybe Christmas time will ask for another controller, or, like we said, patreon.com/tbsports27. Man, maybe should I just go ahead and switch to my other controller? Oh my god, I might do that. We'll see if we start falling apart here. That'll be my excuse, but I can use the other controller. That's gonna be a really tough one, and there we go. So Trevor Bauer is gonna survive. He's gonna give up the 2 runs early on here in this game, and the Cardinals. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the quick counts on. Because that was like our way of doing the pitch clock, was having the quick counts on, and I completely forgot about that. So, you know what? You guys are just getting an extra full game here as Javier Baez drills that one to deep center, and it's going to be caught for the easy out there. So, yeah, like I said, glad to be back. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content going up over at YouTube. We finished the first 2 sessions of our Tears of the Kingdom playthrough. They're fully uploaded on YouTube now as of today. And we dropped some other RXFL stuff, which we're going to be doing a lot of that coming up here in the next month or so, as we're getting close to the postseason of the RXFL. So be on the lookout for that. And let me know as well, do you guys want to see more Tears of the Kingdom? I probably have about 1 or 2 more streaming sessions in me of Tears of the Kingdom, unless the viewership kind of peaks a little bit. We had a couple really good days of Tears of the Kingdom that came out on YouTube where it performed really well, and then we had a couple days where it kind of dropped and it didn't do so well. So maybe another session or 2 just to see how things feel out, and then depending on how viewership is, we can continue or drop it, as it were. And with my trip, so as you guys know, with I kind of mentioned it, but going on the trip and having a Nintendo Switch, it's so easy to play these games on the go. So I played a lot of... Actually, I played probably Tears of the Kingdom more than anything else. I put a little Scribblenauts in when I needed a Tears of the Kingdom break. But for the most part, it was all Tears of the Kingdom that we played on vacation. So there we go. There's our guy, Peralta, coming in, getting the base hit. So if you guys follow me over on Twitter, twitter.com/tbsports27, you will have known that we finally beat the Zors. So I don't know if hopefully it's not a little bit of a disappointment that you guys didn't get to watch it, but what I ended up doing, as you guys saw if you've been following my streams on Twitch, is we left the Zors behind. We tried for the longest time to figure out what to do with the Zors. Couldn't figure it out. We left them behind, and we ended up going to Death Mountain first, the Goron area. We did most of that on Twitch, and those episodes are going to be coming out on YouTube. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, those episodes are already out. But if you're watching this with us here on Twitch, those episodes are still to come. They're still to drop on YouTube. I think late August they will come out on YouTube. Some of our Goron specialty, or those crazy guys are eating those meats that are all filled with drugs and whatnot. It was a terrible situation. So I finished the Death Mountain portion again on my trip, because I had the flight to Houston and then the car ride to Galveston, San Antonio. So there's a lot of time to be playing the Nintendo Switch. So I beat the Death Mountain portion of Breath of the Wild, and it wasn't too bad. I got a little aggravated, and I ended up just not doing what the game wanted me to do, because if you guys, and that's a little spoiler territory if you haven't gotten to this part yet, as Trevor Bauer is up, which is not a good situation usually when your pitcher is up. Obviously, we're still playing with the old school rules here. Eventually, we will upgrade to one of the newer MLB The Shows, but the game looks the same every year, and we want to finish out this Diamondbacks franchise. So I've looked at maybe even getting MLB The Show on the Switch. I know it'd be a step down graphically, but to be able to play baseball on the go would be super, super fun and super cool. But, oh, Bauer, that was a bad take. You're a pitcher, come on. So, a little bit of spoiler territory here. If you don't want to hear this, I don't think it's too much spoiler territory, but we're gonna talk Tears of the Kingdom a little bit here. Oh God, the Fire Temple in Tears of the Kingdom involves unlocking 5 locks and going through a door. And to do that, there's a rail car system. There's 5 levels of rails and a mine car. Almost like Donkey Kong Country, like how you would ride the rail car around. But there's 5 levels of this, and there's 1 lock unlockable on each level. Link puts his hand in there and the lock unlocks. I got like 1 or 2 of those, and then I got lost so many times going through that temple, dungeon, whatever you call it, that I ended up just using Ascend. I ended up climbing. I ended up using the I didn't even use the... Oh my God. Trevor Bauer, a.k.a. myself, is out of control. I didn't even use the mine car system to get the last 3 locks because I kept getting lost, and I spent hours and hours and hours wandering around. And so I was like, forget it. And then so just using Ascend and the paraglider and all that, you could just like skip that entire thing, which was nice because my aggravation level went way down. So we beat that, and then we finally figured out, well, we kind of knew already what to do with the Zoras. That was risky. Did we get the double play? We did not. So we knew what to do with the Zoras. We had figured that out on Twitch and on YouTube, but our issue that we had run into was we couldn't beat that sludge-like monster because he was too powerful. He would just kill us. Well, we got a bunch of hearts. We did a bunch of shrines, and because of all of that, because we did all of that, we were so powerful that it only took 1 try, and I knocked out that sludge-like. So the guy that was giving me so much problems, that was causing me so much aggravation, I was able to do in like 30 seconds and get the win. So we made it through. We got the Zora's armor. I caught that little ancient fish, and we climbed up the waterfall, and we got to the top, and now we are doing the water temple, which is similar to the fire temple, where you're trying to unlock 5 things, except this is you're trying to unlock 5 water hoses to water out the sludge, and then there'll be some final boss here. Come on, double play. Oh my goodness, we're just getting so close. Alpha Sapphire says, do you have an Xbox? I have Xbox 360. I did not. I switched. I was a full Xbox guy. I've told this story on many different streams, but I was an Xbox guy. Xbox 360. And then my roommate at the time got the Xbox One. And it just always, it was supposed to be our living room streaming service. Like, I had Roku, and then he bought the Xbox One, and that was going to live in the living room and be our WWE Network and Hulu and all that stuff. There we go. There's your 3 outs. And it crashed and froze. It was terrible. And that made me not want to get an Xbox One. So that's why I ended up getting a PS4, having not owned a PS2 or a PS3. So I still have my original Xbox 360. That's when we play college football, we play it on the Xbox 360. I have Arena Football, which right now we're playing Road to Glory Arena Football, which is on the PS2, which I bought a copy of PS2 just to play that game. But I do have Arena Football on the Xbox. And then Blitz the League, we've often talked about if you guys want to see a Blitz the League series, a Blitz the League playthrough, that we could do that. and that is also an Xbox. But we have all our old games, too, for those of our Patreon Ultra fans. And we know K Duckman right now is the only one on our Ultra fan list. And he's going to be having another Ultra fan stream coming up very shortly. I think next week will be coming up, since we kind of missed a week with our travels. But
Up next for the Diamondbacks.
we can play any of those old games. I have a lot of the old college football games, NCAA 06, 07, and 12 on the Xbox. I have a lot of the old 2K baseball games. Look at this. That one is out of here. And that's going to stop the bleeding. Home run, Kyle Schwarber. 421 for the Diamondbacks. Will you ever create a sports company, call it TB Sports Inc.? Maybe if we get big enough. That could be a possibility right now. Right now we're just a lonely old Twitch and YouTube and Patreon person. But yeah, maybe one day that can absolutely be a thing we look into.
That's the ball.
I like the way you think.
Oh, no.
We got Charlie Blackmon up next. 3-1. And there, oh man, I thought that had some carry to it. I might need to fool around with my settings a little bit too in the PS4. So that hopefully the quality is coming out. I think we're streaming in 1080, which would be nice because I'm using the capture card as opposed to streaming from the PS4, which the PS4 only allowed you to do 720. So we'll see when it actually gets uploaded on YouTube what quality it actually comes out at. But I might go in and try to tweak this. But as I said, this is the first time we're streaming the PS4 on OBS. We had been doing the Nintendo Switch stuff, obviously, on OBS. That one nearly cleared the wall. Oh my god, that's a good bounce. And just barely Moustakis gets in there. We're not playing with the bigger bases now. But the way that bounced, I thought that was a surefire double, and it bounced right into the hands of a Cardinal. I don't know who's back there because they don't label the players. I guess I can get a roster sheet and call them out for you. Alpha Sapphire wants to be in charge of the wrestling. Yes. Yes. We got a good month of WWE 2K Universe mode coming up. If you guys have been keeping up with our Universe mode stuff, we just finished Halloween Havoc, and that ground ball hurts. We just finished up Halloween Havoc, which was an insane show, those episodes. The Road to Halloween Havoc is being uploaded currently on YouTube, as you're watching this live on Twitch. And you should be seeing those Halloween Havoc episodes towards the end of the month of August. But if you joined us live on Twitch, you already know what happened at Halloween Havoc. And we got Survivor Series coming up, which Mr. McMahon has said is going to be his final chapter. The sale of WWE going down at Survivor Series. So that's going to be a big month. Plus, WWE Main Event is going to be coming back up, which is going to be our first set of NXT versus WWE call-up matches where a male superstar, a female superstar, and a tag team will have a chance to get a call-up to the main roster by picking up a victory over a main roster talent on Main Event. That show is coming up, but it's going to be big. And then after Survivor Series, we're on the road to WrestleMania. It's going to be Royal Rumble time, WrestleMania. And we will have completed a full year of Universe mode on WWE 2K22, which we've done a number of years of Universe mode. WWE 12, which we're going to be dropping those episodes as they come up on our Patreon page, patreon.com/tvsports27. We did about 2 years on WWE 12, and then we kind of continued it over on WWE 2K14, and then a little bit on 2K20, where we did another 3 years. and then we did the reboot where we started where we combined the. I've always done separate brands, so that was what was kind of interesting about the. God, my pitching is just off. This is I recognize this is terrible. We had always done brands from the time. Nice grab right there by Javi Baez. We had always done. Yes, CM Punk just came back actually to WWE. He joined up. He joined up with the Heyman Empire. So there's a lot of speculation abound of what CM Punk's involvement is on this. You know, whether he wants to buy WWE or, you know, this relationship. It's Punk, Owens, Lesnar, Reigns, and the Usos. And that episode just dropped on YouTube where the Usos joined up with the Heyman Empire. So do check that out on YouTube, on our YouTube page. There's links all over. It's YouTube, you know, type in TB Sports 27 on YouTube, it pops up, but you can click on the links on Twitch or just type in youtube.com/TB Sports 27 Sports Gaming. Real quick here. There it is. There's our YouTube page right there. Type that in. Subscribe, thumbs up. We just dropped that Usos joining the Heyman Empire episode, so go check that out on the road to the Survivor Series coming up here. So we're going to be doing some more WWE 2K stuff coming up over the next couple of months as we get into Survivor Series, and we personally finish another year of Universe mode. So if we take into account all the other Universe modes, this will be like our sixth or seventh year, I think. So previous Universe modes, those old episodes are going up on Patreon, and we have the text documents of the WWE, WCW, ECW that we did in 2K20, as we don't have the video footage of that, unfortunately. But all that going up, so check that out. But as I was saying, we had always done the split roster, whether it be Raw or SmackDown, or I did Raw, or WWE, WCW, and ECW. So I wanted to try it with just doing one big roster, like having that flexibility. And I've enjoyed it so far. Like, not doing the brand split's a little different than what's going on TV right now. Of course, we are still running our Patreon promotion throughout the end of the month of August. If you are actually watching this one on YouTube, that promotion is come and gone. But if you're watching on Twitch, it's still very much alive. If you sign up at patreon.com/TBSports27, you see the Patreon supporters scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you sign up at any level, then look at that. That looked like one of our throws. And Jake Lamb gets to first base on a strikeout. How about it? So if you sign up to Patreon on any level and we get 10 new supporters before the end of the month of August, then we will buy and we will play AEW Fight Forever, almost like a second universe style mode show, but in AEW Fight Forever. Hello, we got Luna, the official TV Sports mascot. Hello, Luna, joining us here. So if you guys want to see AEW Fight Forever on the channel, if you want to see a second universe mode, maybe we even see a forbidden door between AEW and WWE, you guys can help unlock that and bring AEW Fight Forever to the channel by signing up at patreon.com/TBSports27. We just need 10 new subs before the end of the month of August. This is June 16th as we are doing this episode here. So, we're in it, guys. We are in it. Oh, my goodness. Got him looking. Alpha Sapphire says, I'm going to do a what if with my universe mode. What if Jay beat Roman Reigns in Hell in a Cell? Ooh, maybe Jay Uso becomes the tribal chief. That's pretty cool. My year one universe mode is going from SummerSlam in August to WrestleMania, a two-nighter. I love it. Very cool. Keep us posted on how that goes. Drop us a line. Either join us in the chat and let us know, or let us know over on Twitter, because we're always on there. You can tweet us. We'll even retweet you. And then we are going, as you see as well, we've done a little refresher. We've uploaded some new logos, kind of similar to the logo we had been using, but some new logos and new banner. We spiced it up a little bit, kind of did a different font and kept the same colors, but flipped the colors and changed some of the logos and textures around. So This is gots to be a bunt situation here. But I didn't remember what the bunt button was because I hadn't played in too long. But check out the new logos. Check out the new refresh. And as you can see, as part of that refresh, that was terrible. Discord has been added as one of our logos, and we do have a Discord, but we are going to be adding that as one of our Patreon tiers because we had it before, but with it being a public Discord, as you can imagine, chaos and all hell broke loose with comments and people posting stuff. So I booted everyone, and we're going to make it an invite only for our Patreon members, so it'll be kind of more of a private thing, and we won't have so much chaos going on. So that'd be another location too. If you guys, we can make different channels within the Discord, and we can have like a wrestling section or football or baseball, and you guys can drop in the Discord what you guys are doing on universe mode, on your particular universe, what storylines. And I know when we were streaming more often on YouTube, we had our good buddy Brian that was always jumping in and giving us updates on his universe mode, so that could be a good little spot for you guys to post in long form, because on Twitter you only have so many tweets that you can send out and things like that. So that's a good opportunity for you guys long form to be able to drop some stuff. So be on the lookout for that news, as we're going to be revamping the Patreon a little bit, giving you guys some more perks, like having your name on screen as a Patreon at all times, which I think is pretty cool, and giving you Discord access. So some new perks coming to Patreon. Those of you that are already signed up at those levels, the mega fan, ultra fan levels, those perks are coming to you for free because you're already signed up. So pretty cool stuff. You got booted out. Who booted you out? Oh, you're talking about on, were you on Discord? Yeah, I booted everyone off of Discord. We're going to be putting it on. I'm going to be putting it on Patreon there. Okay, I think we're going to do one more inning here. We're going to keep going, of course, on Twitch, but for those of you on YouTube, we're going to do one more inning, and then we're going to stop this episode. Actually, we're going to do this bottom inning. We're going to do this bottom fourth, and then we'll go ahead and put the stop because we're already pushing past 40 minutes, and the YouTube algorithm tends to like a little bit of shorter stuff. That's why I've been doing the quick counts, but hadn't played in a while, so I kind of forgot. So we're going to stop this episode for those of you on YouTube, and you'll get the next episode the following day. But those of you that are on Twitch, stay right there. We'll keep on twitching with you. We'll keep on streaming this one, as that one is going to be caught by Javi Baez out there.
Now back, second baseman,
Colton Wong. Trevor Bauer's done a nice job. He's come in and he has settled back down as we throw an errant pitch right there after what was an early rough start for what's supposed to be our ace. These are all good innings right here. That's kind of a heave and lob right there. That's going to be out.
Now batting, left fielder.
HCW, I remember checking that out. Alpha Sapphire, check out HCW on YouTube, guys.
That's the ball. 1-0. No, that's the ball.
Tyler O'Neill duking here with Trevor Bauer. Fanatics back there. Do you guys like Fanatics? I think they make some of the worst shirts. I'm so disappointed that WWE is with Fanatics. They don't make like cotton shirts. They're stretchy. They're like this stretchy, thin material. So you give them one wash and they shrink right up. So I usually wear a large or an XL. But for Fanatics, I always have to buy a double XL. You know, like... that inning was so short, so we'll keep it going for one more half inning. But yeah, I just hate Fanatic, and they have the market. They have the market cornered. Wrestling, hockey, football, baseball. It's crazy. I hate Fanatics. I usually go on eBay and buy my sports shirts because I can get 100% cotton, and they actually fit like normal.
Leading off for the Diamondbacks, The catcher, Kyle.
Alpha Sapphire says on his universe mode, I was the modern day Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. What would my name be?
Yeehaw!
What would my wrestling name be?
0-1.
Kyle Schwarber, who's got the only score of the game for the Diamondbacks, was looking for some bases there. And it was just robbed on the dirt.
Number 19, Charlie Blackman.
Pro Wrestling Tees does it right. They do it right. They got the 100% cotton. Anyone that's had a Fanatics experience, and look at this. Oh, come on. Charlie Blackman. And we're one away from the #1 team in the National League. Anyone that's had a Fanatics experience, let me know. Do you like the quality of the shirts? I think they're terrible, and I can't believe they have the market cornered, and that's kind of the issue that some folks have with EA. And for that matter, I mean, the show is the only one that makes baseball games, and 2K is the only one that, you know what I mean? Like, it's never good. It's never good when someone has that market cornered.
The batter, number 9, shortstop.
We don't have the Discord. Alpha's asking us about the Discord. We don't have the Discord set up yet. We just booted everyone and kind of got it refreshed. We're going to be adding it to the Ultra Fan and the Mega Fan tier on Patreon. So when you sign up at those levels, you'll get a link, a one-time link where you're able to log in and get on the server, and that's a way we can make it a little bit more private. So it's not up there yet, but I'll keep you posted if you're interested when those Patreon pages have those Discord links. So it won't be like any particular URL or anything like that. You'll sign up, or if you're already a member, you'll get the link, and you'll be able to go on Patreon. Or not Patreon, you'll be able to get on Discord from there. So for those of you watching on YouTube, we're going to say goodbye to you. Do join us. Come back tomorrow. You're going to get part 2 of the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. It's a tight one. Thanks for tuning in. As always, before we say goodbye to you, we ask you guys, subscribe, thumbs up, follow along on Twitch. And as we were saying, if you want to get some of that Discord goodness, join us. Patreon.com/TVSports27. Goodbye, YouTubers. We'll see you tomorrow.